Hello, I'm Simon. Welcome back to the workshop. Now, I was recently asked by a friend of mine if I wanted their old pillar drill. I said, well, I've already got a pillar drill. My pillar drill's about 35, 36 years old. It's a very cheap model when I bought it. So naturally I said, yes, let's have a look at it. And he said, well, it's about 20 years old and it's also a very cheap model. But he also said, but it's never been out of its box. I've never used it. And he was right. When he gave it to me, I found that all the parts, it hasn't been assembled. They're still in their original plastic bags and so on. So in this video, we're going to assemble this and we're going to put it onto my flip cart. Now I can already see some problems with doing so, but we'll cover those when we get to them. So let's get tinkering. Now this is a Power Devil model PDW5010. It's your pretty bog standard entry-level pillar drill, and if I compare the specifications to my existing pillar drill, they are very similar, with the one exception that this has got a 375 watt motor, whereas my one has got a 180 watt motor. So this is getting on for double the power. The first thing I'm going to do is take all the bits out of their bags, see exactly what I've got and get it assembled. Now whilst this pillar drill is about 20 years old, they haven't really changed much. If you get an entry-level pillar drill, then you'll probably have to go through a very similar process of assembling it. First I fit the pillar to the base using 3 bolts. I then slide on the table and lock it in place. Then I place the main body onto the top of the pole and lock it in place using the 2 locking screws. The 3 arms simply screw in to the spindle. I then place the guard over the shaft and tighten the screw. Then to fit the chuck, with it open all the way, I slide it onto the shaft, raise the table and then use the handles to put some pressure onto the chuck to push it into place on the taper. Finally, I add the depth gauge. You can often diagnose problems with a machine simply by turning it on and listening, and this sounds very smooth. If you compare it to my old pillar drill, you can hear there's lots of issues, lots of knocking and so on. Now here comes the part where we're going to have some problems. You can see that this unit is taller than this one, and I think that that height is going to stop the flip cart from working, because I recall that this doesn't have a great deal of clearance. I'm just going to check that. Now part of me doesn't want to do this. I've never really been in a situation where my current pillar drill hasn't been tool enough, so I think what I'm going to do is use the old pillar drill base and pillar and put the new pillar drill onto the pillar. The pillars look like they're exactly the same diameter, so hopefully this won't be a problem. Now I prefer grub screws that have got a hex head versus a slotted head, so I'm just swapping them around from the old machine because I think these will serve me better and they'll be easier to tighten and loosen if I ever need to than relying on a screwdriver. Now I want to thank my friend Malcolm for donating this pillar drill to me. I'm very pleased with it and it's going to be a workhorse in my workshop. I will probably make some changes. This base at some point I'll either change for the red one or I'll paint this base red just so that it looks really nice. And I'm going to keep my old pillar drill for a little while because I think I might be able to use some of the parts on other projects, which is exactly what you do if you're a tinkerer. If you've enjoyed this video, then please leave me a thumbs up. It makes a massive difference. If you know someone that might enjoy this video, please share it with them and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.